NASA says that Voyager 1 has become the first man-made object to reach interstellar space, the cold, dark region between stars, far from the influence of our sun.
This is not just a spacecraft, it's a ghost from Earth, still whispering across the silence of deep space. Launched in 1977, Voyager 1 was built for a 5-year journey. 45 years later, it's billions of miles away.
NASA says its Voyager 1 probe, the most distant human-made object in the universe,
drifting in interstellar space, where no human-made object has ever been. With a computer less powerful than a digital watch and a memory smaller than a photo, it continues to send back signals through the darkness.
Despite humanity's most distant voyage, Voyager has provided few answers and instead left behind deeper cosmic mysteries.
But recently, it did something no one expected. A discovery, a new mystery. What did Voyager 1 find out there, so far from home? Let's find out. A mission born from a rare cosmic window. In the early 1970s, something extraordinary was quietly unfolding in the vastness of space, a rare planetary alignment that would occur only once every 176 years. This precise configuration of Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune created a cosmic highway. If timed perfectly, a spacecraft could slingshot from one planet to the next, using their gravity to accelerate, dramatically reducing the time and energy needed for such a journey. At NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, engineer Gary Flandreau discovered this opportunity with just a pencil, some calculations, and an engineering compass. What he realized was revolutionary. Instead of needing decades and fuel beyond reach, a probe could reach Neptune in just 12 years, riding the gravitational pull of each planet like a surfer catching wave after wave. But there was a catch. The alignment would peak in the late 1970s. Miss it, and humanity would have to wait another lifetime. So, NASA moved fast. In the summer of 1977, they launched 2 nearly identical spacecraft just 15 days apart, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. The mission was ambitious but focused: capture close-up data of Jupiter and Saturn, then shut down. That's all the budget allowed for. Nobody expected these machines to keep going. Nobody imagined they'd survive the harsh radiation belts of Jupiter, the freezing darkness near Saturn, or the endless exposure of deep space. And yet, they did. These spacecraft, no larger than a small car, were flung toward the edge of the solar system, carrying with them not only instruments and sensors, but also a golden record containing Earth's sounds, music, and greetings in dozens of languages.
A disk encoded with images of life on Earth, greetings in 55 languages, a selection of music, messages, and natural sound.
It was a message in a bottle, cast into the cosmic ocean. Voyager's story had begun, and it was already defying expectations. Unexpected encounters in the outer solar system. Voyager 1's journey through the solar system wasn't just long, it was revolutionary. As it reached Jupiter in 1979, the spacecraft sent back images that stunned scientists. Jupiter wasn't a lifeless gas giant, it was alive with movement, violence, and beauty. Its moon, Io, once thought to be cold and dead, was revealed to have active volcanoes spewing molten material into space. That changed everything. No one had imagined such intense geological activity so far from the Sun. Then came Saturn in 1980. Voyager 1's cameras captured the planet's iconic rings in stunning detail. But it wasn't just the rings, it was Titan, Saturn's largest moon, that stirred curiosity. Shrouded in a thick orange haze, Titan hinted at a complex atmosphere, and possibly even the ingredients for life. The data couldn't penetrate the dense fog, but the mystery it left behind was enough to inspire future missions. Voyager 1 continued onward, its twin Voyager 2 veering off to visit Uranus and Neptune, becoming the only spacecraft ever to fly by those two distant giants. Meanwhile, Voyager 1 was heading into darkness. Its cameras were eventually turned off to conserve power, but its other instruments kept running. Even though it had completed its official mission, the spacecraft had become something more, a silent observer of the unknown. What made these encounters even more incredible was the technology on board. With only 69 kilobytes of memory and tape recorders to store data, Voyager functioned with less computing power than a digital wristwatch. Yet it operated flawlessly, navigating dangerous asteroid belts, radiation zones, and icy worlds. Each planet it passed changed our understanding of the solar system, but the biggest surprise was still waiting, far beyond the orbit of Neptune. Voyager 1 was heading toward the edge of everything we thought we knew, crossing the final boundary into interstellar space. For decades, scientists had theorized about the edge of our solar system, a mysterious boundary where the sun's influence faded and the realm of interstellar space began. This invisible frontier, called the heliopause, marked the end of the heliosphere, the bubble created by the solar wind and magnetic field. Beyond it lay the true unknown, but no spacecraft had ever crossed it, not until Voyager 1. As it drifted farther into space, Voyager 1's instruments began to detect changes. The solar particles grew fewer, while cosmic rays, high-energy particles from distant supernovae, began to increase. Then, on August 25, 2012, more than 35 years after launch, Voyager 1 officially crossed the heliopause. The data came slowly, carried by radio waves traveling at the speed of light. But when it arrived, it confirmed what many had hoped. Humanity had sent a machine into interstellar space. Yet something didn't add up. Scientists expected the magnetic field to shift direction once Voyager left the solar bubble. It didn't. The readings remained strangely consistent, leaving experts puzzled. Was the interstellar magnetic field somehow aligned with the solar one? Or had Voyager entered a kind of transitional zone, a cosmic fog, where solar and stellar influences mix? This raised even deeper questions. Was the boundary of the solar system truly a sharp line? Or was it a vast, shifting region shaped by solar cycles, interstellar pressure, and ancient supernovae? The answers weren't clear, but the implications were enormous. For the first time, we were not just looking out into deep space, we were in it.
But what is clear is that we are no longer just looking at space, we are now inside it, in its depth, present.
And Voyager 1, with its aging systems and barely there power source, was still transmitting. It was now more than a mission. It was a ghostly envoy, crossing into the space between stars, carrying the voice of Earth into the unknown. The strange discovery beyond the heliopause. Voyager 1's entry into interstellar space was expected to confirm long-standing theories. Instead, it shattered them. Beyond the heliopause, scientists imagined a quiet, consistent environment, a smooth sea of plasma, shaped over time by ancient stellar winds. But that's not what Voyager found. Soon after crossing into this unknown region, the spacecraft's instruments began detecting odd fluctuations. Plasma density, once assumed to be relatively uniform, started changing rapidly. Within days, Voyager recorded sharp increases and decreases in the number of charged particles around it. Some areas were denser and hotter. Others were strangely cold and thin. These weren't just random noises. They were patterns, signs of something more complex. Scientists named them plasma clouds.
These clouds could be the remnants of an extinct supernova, the shadow of an exploding star millions of years ago, so Voyager 1 isn't just floating through space.
These pockets appeared to be remnants of ancient cosmic events, possibly the faded shock waves of long-dead supernovae. If true, Voyager 1 wasn't just exploring interstellar space. It was moving through history, passing through the ghostly fingerprints of stars that exploded millions of years ago. These findings were deeply unsettling. The interstellar medium was supposed to be calm, predictable. Voyager's data revealed a wild, textured landscape. It was like discovering waves and whirlpools in a sea once thought to be still. Even more bizarre, these plasma clouds seem to come in clusters, suggesting that the interstellar medium might be far more dynamic than previously believed. Each new transmission from Voyager 1 revealed layers of mystery. The environment beyond our solar system wasn't an empty void. It was a living, changing expanse, filled with the debris of ancient stars and the energy of unknown forces. What Voyager found challenged decades of scientific models, but it also opened new doors. If even this region is full of surprises, what else lies beyond? What strange territories still await? Hidden in the darkness between stars, Voyager's journey was far from over. A golden record and the legacy of Voyager. As Voyager 1 drifts farther into the unknown, it carries more than just instruments. It carries a message. Fixed to its side is a gold-plated phonograph record, a time capsule designed to outlast humanity itself. The golden record contains the sounds of our planet, greetings in 55 languages, music from across cultures,
55 languages, and also global music fusion.
the sound of a heartbeat kiss, and even the heartbeat of a young woman. It's a snapshot of life on Earth, meant for any intelligent being that might one day find it. This was Carl Sagan's idea, a poetic gesture of hope and humility. He believed that even if Voyager never encountered alien life, the act of including the record was meaningful. It was a way of saying, "We were here, and this is what we were like." Voyager 1 is now over 14 billion miles from Earth. The faint signals it sends back take over 20 hours to reach us. Its power is fading, its systems aging. One by one, its instruments are being shut down to conserve energy. In a few years, Voyager will fall silent, but even when it stops transmitting, its journey will continue. It will orbit the center of our galaxy for billions of years, long after Earth is gone, long after our cities have turned to dust and our languages have vanished. Somewhere out there, in the cold and silent dark, Voyager will remain, a drifting monument to human curiosity. This tiny spacecraft, built with 1970s technology and launched before most people today were even born, has become one of humanity's greatest achievements. It has reached farther than any of us ever dreamed and revealed that the universe beyond our sky is far stranger and more beautiful than we ever imagined.
Now first, like always, be sure to hit the like button down below. It helps us out tremendously with the reach of this video. Thank you.
What Voyager teaches us about ourselves. Voyager 1's mission was to explore the outer planets, but its deeper impact lies in what it reveals about humanity. What's out there? And more importantly, can we reach it? Now, more than 14 billion miles from Earth, Voyager 1 is still sending faint signals across the emptiness. Those signals are not just streams of data. They are proof that curiosity can defy distance, time, and decay. Voyager operates with just 69 kilobytes of memory, runs on less power than a light bulb, and uses 1970s technology. Still, it works, quietly, persistently, brilliantly. That resilience mirrors something deeper about us. We build machines to solve problems, but sometimes they go further. Sometimes they carry a part of who we are. Voyager is not just metal and circuitry. It's a symbol, a message, a voice. It carries no flag, no mission of conquest, only a desire to understand. In a world often defined by conflict and division, Voyager reminds us of what we can do when we work together with a common goal. As it sails into interstellar space, it forces us to confront the scale of the universe and the smallness of our place in it. But rather than feel insignificant, we feel inspired. If something built by us can travel this far, maybe our ideas, our hopes, and our need to explore are just as enduring. Voyager is our mirror, floating in the dark. The end is near, but the journey never ends. Voyager 1 is growing old. Its nuclear power source is fading, its instruments shutting down one by one. NASA engineers work carefully to keep it alive, switching systems and squeezing out every last bit of function from a spacecraft launched when disco ruled the charts and the internet didn't exist. By around 2025 or shortly after, Voyager 1 will fall silent. No more data, no more heartbeat, just silence. But that silence won't be the end, not really. Even without power, Voyager will continue drifting through the galaxy. It won't crash into anything for millions of years. It may pass stars we've never seen. It may outlive Earth itself. Somewhere in the distant future, it could be discovered by intelligent life or by no one at all. But even if it's never found, it has already done something extraordinary. It has extended the reach of our minds and our machines farther than we ever thought possible. It has shown that even the most fragile spark of human ingenuity can survive in the harshest conditions imaginable. Voyager 1 began as a science mission. Over time, it became something spiritual, something mythic, a reminder that we are a species that dares to explore, to wonder, and to send a voice into the unknown. Its journey will never truly end, because somewhere, drifting through the stars, is a small spacecraft that once said, "This is Earth, and we are here." A quiet legacy, written in the stars. Voyager 1 may never return, and it may never be found, but its legacy is already carved into the history of exploration. It didn't just show us the planets, it showed us how far curiosity can go when it's paired with courage. It reminded us that real discovery doesn't always look dramatic. Sometimes it's a quiet signal from the dark, traveling for hours before it reaches home. Even now, school children learn its name. Scientists still use its data. Dreamers still imagine where it's headed next. Voyager 1 has become more than just a spacecraft. It's a symbol of our species' first steps beyond the neighborhood of the sun. And perhaps most powerful of all is the message it carries.
The reason why Voyager had this golden record of human sounds and music was never returns. There's a chance it could be discovered by some alien civilization.
The golden record wasn't meant to start a conversation. It was meant to leave a trace. If someone, somewhere, ever finds it, they'll hear greetings in forgotten languages. They'll hear Chuck Berry and Bach. They'll hear a kiss, a baby crying, and the ocean. They might not understand the words, but they'll know this: someone was here, and someone cared enough to say hello. As Voyager 1 fades slowly into silence, it does so with dignity, not as a failed machine, but as one of humanity's most successful ambassadors. It has outlived its mission, surpassed every expectation, and humbled us with what it found. It carries no flags, no borders, no nations, only a voice, a journey, and a dream. A dream that still moves, alone, through the endless dark. The mystery that still lingers.
Despite humanity's most distant voyage, Voyager has provided few answers, and instead left behind deeper cosmic mysteries.
Voyager 1 has traveled farther than any object in human history, but even now, it continues to raise more questions than it answers. That might be its most haunting legacy. Instead of offering final truths, it leaves behind a trail of mysteries, magnetic fields that don't shift the way we thought they would, plasma clouds that pulse and flicker without warning, and a strange silence that seems to deepen the farther it goes. What exactly is out there? Is interstellar space truly a calm void, or is it more like a stormy sea shaped by ancient explosions, dying stars, and cosmic forces we barely understand? The truth is, we don't know, and that not knowing is what makes Voyager's journey so powerful. It reminds us that even the most advanced science, the most detailed models, are still guesses compared to what exists. Voyager isn't just a messenger from Earth. It's a mirror held up to science itself, showing how little we truly grasp about the universe beyond our reach. Every faint signal it sends carries more than data. It carries the echo of a question. What else is out there? What will we find next? And maybe that's the point. Voyager 1 wasn't built to solve everything. It was built to begin the asking. So even as its voice weakens, its presence grows stronger in our minds. It reminds us that the universe is still vast, still strange, still waiting, and we have only just begun to listen. Beyond Voyager, what comes next? As Voyager 1 continues its lonely journey through the galaxy, a new generation of missions is preparing to follow in its wake. Scientists and engineers are already dreaming of what comes next. More advanced probes, faster spacecraft, and smarter systems. Missions like the interstellar probe concept from NASA, which could launch in the coming decades, aim to reach even deeper into the unknown, traveling 10 times farther than Voyager ever could. But none of them will carry quite the same weight. Voyager wasn't just a mission, it was a beginning. It was launched at a time when space was still a mystery, when reaching even the outer planets seemed impossible. That it succeeded and kept going speaks to something rare in human history, a willingness to invest in curiosity without knowing the return. Future missions will be faster, more precise, and better equipped, but they'll stand on Voyager's shoulders. Every calculation, every design, every dream that powers the next leap into space will owe something to that little craft, launched in 1977. And maybe, when those new probes fly past the heliopause, they'll pause. Maybe they'll turn back and listen for Voyager's last whisper, if it's still out there. Even if they don't, Voyager will always be remembered as the one that dared to go first, the one that looked into the dark and didn't turn away. Because no matter how far we go, there will always be that faint echo behind us, reminding us where the journey truly began. Voyager 1 was never meant to last this long, yet here it is, still drifting, still whispering across the stars. Its journey reminds us that the unknown is not something to fear, but something to reach for. In a world obsessed with speed and short-term gains, Voyager teaches patience, wonder, and the quiet strength of endurance. It carries no promises, just questions, and that's what makes it timeless. As we build the next generation of explorers, we'll carry Voyager's spirit with us, humble, hopeful, and endlessly curious. The stars are still calling, and thanks to Voyager, we now know how to listen.